Last spring, we did Europe in 9 days. And then we went to Bakersfield, and then we ended up in Fresno. Fresno? No one goes to Fresno anymore.
Gas stations will become nothing more than low-budget tourist stops, like ghost towns or Fresno.
Freeway loop. The community responded with interest to the renewal program and its goals of bringing residents and urban activities back to the city. The plan led to the development of residential redevelopment projects and of a bold concept, linking the Civic Center, a new convention center, and the business core into one continuous pedestrian environment. Within the central area, the core was planned in careful detail. The aim, revitalization, with a minimum.
I'm from Grizzly City, born and raised. I mean, I lived other places here and there, but yeah, born and raised. You know, you got your really bougie people, you know, and then you got your ghetto bougie people that feel like, you know what I mean, they grew up with you but feel like they're better. And then you got the gang culture. I feel like that's the culture in general, like die-hard Raider fans, die-hard Niner fans, like fight you over it. You know what I mean? Like that's the culture. And I feel Fresno's always been fighting for their own identity. That's always been the MO anyway. If you think about how the Bulldogs were created, like that's what Fresno is, you know? To me it is, you know. Started getting into music, like trying to do it. I started getting into music around probably 15. I was 15, yeah. We put out a mixtape. Me and Ora put out a mixtape. My name was Bravo, his name was Graphic. Our senior year, or right before our senior year, we were selling it. So I didn't specifically put out a song because there was no internet back then. Like, well, there was, but we didn't have internet back then. We had LimeWire, I guess, but like we didn't have social media and stuff like that. So nobody's putting out songs. We were just trying to get albums done or whatever. And around that time, it was the bang, like 50 Cent was popping and mixtapes were going on. So we put together a mixtape called The Cakewalk or something like that.
I was rolling around and my mind took me aback. Like, what if God was a black? Would they treat us the same? Would they still be putting blame on us? And what type of ways would they confront us in the streets? If we wasn't good for balling and beats, if we were doctors with the college and teach sons to be fathers, repeat, they wouldn't need to gun us down in the street. But since we not, they take a shot and delete and ask us all, how long you been in this country? Why ain't you all on your feet? Got Air Jordans, that's a car on your feet, but won't create your own company so that your daughter's daughter can eat. I guess if we didn't make it here, we'd all be swinging from trees. I used to sit.
The wards ain't full of Jasons. What you found was quiet in a world full of thunder. I ain't got no choice but to listen to it. You do.
Well, my dad was a producer. I didn't really know my dad though. Like that's all I really knew about him. Like he produced most of America's Nightmare for Spice One, and then like he got a platinum plaque for producing on Jason's Lyric. He put out an album. He got Biggie on his album and stuff like that. I feel like my whole life, even though I love music, like there was a part of me I feel like that's been chasing his shadow, like trying to be in success or something, you know, trying to do better. Because, you know, I don't know, any of a kid tries to go play in the NBA after his dad played in the NBA, he's gonna, of course, want to play better than his dad did, you know what I mean? Well, my favorite three I always say is, in no order, Nas, Common, and Andre 3000. Because people will ask me about people like Immortal Technique and random stuff, and I wouldn't be able to really tell you much about, you know what I mean? Because I'm not like a super underground head, even though I do kind of underground music, I guess. Personally, I want to start like, because I'm already kind of in this cinematography, I would like to do like movies, put a movie together eventually. I just want to do creative stuff, basically.
Finishing touches complete the transformation, and a new image of the city emerges. Where wires disfigured the sky, tree branches now filter the sunlight. Where there were parking meters, now there are flowers. Gas pumps have given way to drinking fountains.
A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
Exactly 5 months after groundbreaking, the governor of California presided over the official opening of Fresno's revitalized core. What had seemed to some the dream of visionaries is now reality. The residents of the region have new reasons to come downtown. The pleasures of the old town square, the atmosphere of the plaza, or the classical forum are recreated in a contemporary scale.
Well, Otis, it's funny. The name Otis King, that's my great-grandfather's name. My grandma snuck the name Otis onto my birth certificate, and my mom was mad about it. And I actually hated the name Otis, my middle name, growing up. The whole thing about Otis Reed, you know, Otis King or whatever, is me coming to grips with like being comfortable with myself. Like, that's why the music is so real. You know what I mean? It's not like Bravo, when I was doing that stuff, it was more guarded music. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't fake, but it was guarded. You know what I mean? Like, Otis, like, a lot of people listen to Otis Reed stuff and be like, some people are like, it's depressing or it's this or that, but it's just, you know, it's you gotta, it's an acquired taste. You gotta be into that. You know, I'm not here to make you go do drugs and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. Like, as organized as people may think some of my stuff is, I'm just doing it. I'm just doing art. You know what I mean? I'm throwing stuff at the wall, you know. Piece of advice I can give to other creators is, you know, get comfortable with yourself as soon as you can. I've had songs I have a couple songs from that era that we still perform, like from the California Galaxy era and stuff like that. But still, like, when I look back at that time, I kind of more focus on what I do now. You know what I mean? Because it's the realest music I've ever done. And it sucks that it took me till I was 26 years old, you know what I mean? 11 years in a recording in studios or whatever to find it, you know? Just be yourself, basically.
Ray Murray. Welcome aboard the Carnival Cruise Line.
I'm Otis Reed, and this is my Sweet 16. Check it. I'm high verbally, no hyperbole. My rhyme third degree. Burnham ain't no concerning. Beat the track so bad that Ike Turner was turning in his grave. It get dark as a funeral service. You heard this first. The flow outbursts, but still as fancy as me writing this in cursive. Emergencies happen whenever I emerge on the surface from the sea. I'm a Loch Ness, you serpents, no sermons, just certain death when I get on it. Murdering my opponent like the sister of Urkel. In my circle, you get demolished for that fuck shit y'all be calling dopeness. You hope this skin tag would disappear, but this was skin cancer. Who the boss to these rappers? I'm Tony Danza, I control the stanza. So while they going forth and back, I smack them like my flows over their head. I kill it till it's overly dead. Nigga, you heard what I said.
The city center no longer becomes deserted at nightfall. Soft lights have replaced glaring highway lamps. Shopping and other activities continue into the warm California evenings. The city center is no longer a place just for working, a place from which to escape as soon as possible. It has become a place of diversity, a place to enrich the daily life. All we have seen is only the first step in Fresno's overall plan.